And welcome back guys to the game review. And today we have on review the Balatro. I'm having some fun with Balatro, but it's also leaving me unsatisfied. Poker is both the game's strength and its weakness. It's a strength because anyone with even a passing familiarity with poker will have no problem getting into the flow, and its simplicity makes for a low-effort casual experience. It's a weakness because you're bound by the conventions of poker, however, overlaying Balatro's game mechanics on top breaks some fundamental parts of the game. For example, with poker you'd mostly be happy with a high pair of face cards, whereas Balatro has you pulling flushes on the first roll and Terabi immediately deviling that as an achievement. If you ever have to play down a single pair in this game, you may as well just about concede your entire run at this point. Seriously. This gave the game nowhere to go for those big payoff moments, like laying a full house of 2s and 3s over the top of a couple of pairs of aces and queens. Instead, Balatro is mostly about tweaking stats and multipliers and replaying the same hands over and over while watching your score get bigger and bigger. On a similar note, the odds and associated playoffs are flawed because they're based on the poker odds, they're not adjusted for these game's quirks. For example, Balatro has both much larger hand sizes and also much more capacity for draw. This strongly favors flushes, which are generously rewarded, overpays, triples, 4 of a kind because there's a 13 of each suit and only 4 of each rank. The game also lacks any type of aim, other than some quirky joker pictures you're just watching hearts and clubs. One might argue that this is invincible when you're stuck with the standard 52 card deck, but there are many solitaire variants that make them work really well. Balatro trades poker, partial luck, tension, and simplicity for something that is ultimately less interesting. That is, ride the wave of higher and higher scores until the game breaks your start by changing the rules on you without notice. You can never see further than one balls ahead, which should be a cardinal sin in the game that only allows you to make any incremental tweaks along the way, and that absolutely does not run a flexible deck building. Balatro isn't badly done, and it's got the usual addictive qualities of slot machines and other gambling-based games, but it's only a soft recommendation from me. Something significant has been missed in trading the satisfaction of laying down an amazing hand against the odds for something that is ultimately much less interesting, tweaking your score multipliers over multiple rounds while you play essentially the same hand, round after round, until either the game breaks or you break the game. I thought it worth re-emphasizing that the review mentions of the visual of pairs, not to complain the pairs aren't particularly viable strategy, although this is true, but to illustrate the following points. First, very rare hands in poker are extremely common in Balatro, meaning that they're not particularly exciting when you get them. In poker, a pair is the default. You can win with it, but you can't win hard. In Balatro, that applies to every hand, so meh. The fact that this is a make pairs a survivable strategy is just a byproduct of making the Hail Mary hands easier to get. The second is that in Balatro the odds are wrong. All playouts and multipliers are based on the poker odds, even though hands like straights and flushes drop much more frequently in Balatro. In fact, given the difficulty of running pairs builds, actually winning a round with a pairs build is a rare outcome. Unfortunately, the game system don't reflect the difficulty of pulling off that achievement. Just being able to boast about the pairs in the comment section isn't enough, for me at least. The third is the flow of poker is typically mostly a few hands for low wins, a couple of triples, 2 pair, maybe even an ace high, with occasional rounds where you attempt to go in over the royal flush or similar. These all-in rounds are where the real emotional payoffs come from. Balatro would benefit from more of this experience along the way, rather than just watching your multipliers increase while you double down on the same hand, round after round. Apologies for restarting the same arguments again, for those who got in the first time. So thank you guys for watching the review, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.